Okay, feel free.
So as I said last time, Neo, I hope you're able to hear me all right, or I can remove my microphone.
No, everything is okay, and I can see the eagle.
Okay. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about Phoenix and or the eagle. So as I said in the last call that I will be talking about eagle. So basically this eagle star, it's also known as Aquila. It's also known as Shravana. It lies in southern direction in Capricorn. And as I said last time, the galactic center is where the energy rises. And then after that, the final freedom is attained in eagle or the phoenix. The main themes of Aquila constellation are freedom, liberation. It's also the animal for this star is monkey. It's also helicopter and dwarf. I will come to why it is dwarf. Blue color, supernatural themes, avatar, hearing, and all that. So this is the Kala Chakra which I showed to you, Neo, in couple of our calls. So again, I'm just repeating that. So basically, it is Garuda or eagle. It comes from Indra or Thor. So that is why I remember when somebody, I think he took your codes, he entered into gematria. He found that many of the themes were like serpents will not live, serpents will be eaten up, your lives will not be, something like that. I think that was very initially when you, in 2018, when you released your codes. So when he put it into gematria, those kind of things were coming. That Zeus will not forgive you, Zeus will eat up the serpents, things like that. That is all nothing but this Garuda or eagle. So this is also one of the interesting pictures. If you see, the elephant is trapped by crocodile. So crocodile is the vehicle or the animal of Capricorn, and then this elephant is crying. So elephant is Jupiter. Now Jupiter entered into Capricorn this year. I mean sidereal Capricorn, not the tropical Capricorn. It entered this year and then it retrograded. So retrogression means appearing to move backwards. So it is now right now in sidereal Sagittarius, and then again after a few months it will go back into sidereal Capricorn. So that is this elephant getting trapped by the crocodile. So maybe the thing that you are saying, Neo, about depopulation, those kind of stuff, that may happen. But there is hope, because if there is evil, there has to be good also. So the energy of that star, eagle star, phoenix, it comes as the rescuer. So phoenix will come and rescue the elephant. Actually, it is Vishnu who is riding the phoenix or eagle, and he comes and saves this elephant. So that is the meaning or message of this particular thing. And Shravana star or Aquila star is basically comprised of three, the Shravana constellation is comprised of three stars: Alpha Altair, B Altair, and I think this is Gamma or Tarazin. So these are the three stars. And it's also called as the listening ear. It's also called as lame star. I mean the star of lameness or disabilities. It is also the star which represents the fig tree or the people tree under which Gautam Buddha or Buddha got enlightenment. So those people who follow Buddhism or know the story of Buddha, they would relate to this. So Buddha got enlightenment under this. And with the help of three steps, just three steps. I still remember, Neo, last year you were saying that, when the players get additional powers or something, for them the game may become like a child's game. So while the negative entities are doing their stuff, if we get our stuff, then we will also be able to do something with simple three steps or three footsteps. Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know until we get there, right?
Yeah, true. You said that. I'm still waiting for those powers, Neo. Anyways, Shravana is ruled by Vishnu, the preserver. So Orion or Aridra or Rudra is represented by Shiva. and Shravana is represented by Vishnu. So Orion has 3 pyramids or 3 things. Similarly, Shravana has 3 footsteps. So measures the universe with 3 great strides. Its power is that of connection, Samhanana Shakti. Its basis above is seeking, its basis below is paths. The result of these 3 is the connection of all things together. So it is also the star of dot connector. So basically what you and me, Neo, we are doing, it's basically connecting dots, right? We're connecting all the knowledge. So that's also one thing. I mean, superpower doesn't only mean that, okay, you ride a eagle and go and fight. It also means that you are passing on important information to people through connections. And that comes from this particular star. So Shravana enables us to link people together by connecting them to appropriate paths in life. So this is an American astrologer who has written this stuff. So I've taken it from his website. And I showed you this diagram also. So basically in 3 simple steps, this dwarf god, Vamana, who is actually connected to Jupiter, he covered the entire universe in 3 steps. And the 3rd step was on the head of Bali. And this Vaman avatar is connected also, to the month of August, September. And it's also known as the winged lion. So Vaman is basically a dwarf who becomes a giant and he defeats the evil. So basically, yeah, there is depopulation, there is Illuminati, there are negative entities, but we don't have to worry. The creator will not keep quiet for long. And one of the important symbols of Shravana is this umbrella. It's also called as mushroom. So in modern Hebrew, the umbrella is called the mitria, from the same root as Hebrew matar, or rain or shower. So all the, what I can say is mythologies are linked, whether it is Indian mythology or the Greek mythology or even the Jewish mythology, everything is linked.
I just want to say something. Okay, you just moved the slide back. Okay, that slide. So in Hebrew, the umbrella is called the Maitreya,
And
or
you're breaking up.
What? Can you hear me?
No, you're breaking up. I don't know whether the problem is with your system or my system.
Okay, then I'll have to check on the actual recording. But I just wanted to say that, so if the Hebrew, the Mitreya is from the same root of the Hebrew matar.
Yes.
There is a word exactly like that in Portugal, matar.
Oh.
It's a verb.
Okay.
Means to kill.
Oh. Okay. So it could be killing of an entity.
Means to kill in Portugal. So I just want to say that.
Okay.
Even the hat. I already said that there's the Umbrella Academy and all of that stuff. The whole Rihanna under my umbrella and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And noticing that the eagle is a famous symbol of masonry.
Yeah, but you know what? In Indian mythology, it is a very, it's a very good thing. Actually, it is more like a savior. Okay, so this is I think what you were saying. It is there in Daniel also, where Daniel is thrown into a den of lion, and the winged lion and all that. These themes are there in Daniel chapters as well. In fact, the first beast in first vision of biblical prophet Daniel resembled a winged lion. That's why I was talking about this, because the month of Leo, okay, as per sidereal astrology, not the tropical, actually it starts on August 15th. So from August 15th to September 15th. I'm talking purely about the sidereal, meaning star-based system. So here the Leo starts, and then within that Leo, if the moon goes to Capricorn in Shravana, in Aquila, that becomes the winged lion. So this thing, what you are seeing actually is the winged lion. It's a combination of 2 things. The sign Leo as per sidereal astrology, and the wings are coming from the eagle.
Yeah, and it's also a symbol of Ishtar.
Yes.
The lion.
Yes. So that's what, no, if it's like this, there are symbols which are associated with negative things also. So then what happens is people may get confused. They think it's evil, but not everything is evil. Even it's like, it's a confusion. The good things also are represented by the same symbols.
Yeah, it's almost, there's duality in everything.
Correct. So I'm just trying to shed light on the positive part. Now, this is an ancient story again of the phoenix or Garuda. So what happened was his mother and he were actually slaves to the snakes. Okay. So even those days we had Illuminati. So they said, he said, I wish to buy our freedom. What is your price? Then the snake said, Amrit or nectar, bring us the nectar and you are free. Okay. So this star, the 3 steps, Shravana, Aquila, eagle, is basically related to liberation. So he goes and he gets the pot of nectar. Okay. He gets a pot of nectar. And while he is, he does not even drink single drop. So he's very selfless. Garuda is very selfless. So when Vishnu sees him, he says, wow, he's such a selfless guy. So why don't you be my, guardian, or why don't you be my vehicle? Then he said, okay. So you can be, on the flagstaff also. All this, this is a conversation between Vishnu and Garuda. And then he brings the nectar back to the snakes. The snakes say, okay, thank you very much. But what happens was Zeus, this is not Vishnu. What he does, as soon as they go for bath, because what happens is Garuda tells them, you go and take your bath and then only have the nectar. So that is an Indian tradition, where if you want to have any food or anything, first you need to take bath in river, or you just need to take a bath. So while they go for bath, so king of gods, Thor, he comes, he takes the nectar and he flies up. So they get it's a win-win situation. Basically, Phoenix gets his freedom and Thor gets back the nectar, which is meant for gods. But the thing is, few drops fall on the grass and the snakes lick that, and they get the forked tongue. So they are here for revenge, Neo. So what happened was they did not get the nectar, right? So they have been controlling the underworld. In fact, I have extensively read Mayan stories also. So the underworld is connected basically to the snakes. So the snakes are upset.
Yeah, this is the place of fear, the Mayan Xibalba, the underworld of fear.
So that's what. So there are 2 frequencies. One is the fear frequency, another one is like, scaring the fear, scaring the hell out of them. So let's see, what will unfold now that we are connecting so many things. And this is something new which will interest you. So kumbh, so the pot of nectar is called as kumbh in Sanskrit, and in English it is called Aquarius. And this will interest you, Neo, is that every 12 years, whenever Jupiter goes into Aquarius, there is a holy festival in India where lakhs and lakhs, in your language, it is like millions of people come to India. There are 4 places, it seems, where the nectar fell. So in fact, people like Angelina Jolie and all these people also came. So they just want to take a dip into the river and they want to become immortal, it seems. So I really don't know. I have never been to this place, even though it is in India.
And so there's a reference to Mela. Mela again. Mel honey is honey. Kumbh Mela is honey.
Yes. So Kumbh Mela means pot Jupiter. Jupiter going into Kumbh. Okay. So next year it is happening in Haridwar. So basically it happens in 4 places: Nashik, Haridwar, Ujjain, and Allahabad. I think these are the 4 cities in India. So the next year in 2021, it is happening in Haridwar. Hari means Vishnu, Dwar means gate. So in that place it will happen. And I don't know if due to COVID restrictions, will it be happening or not. That I don't know. But this is, so I have given that the exact date is determined according to Hindu astrology. This happens in the month of March, April, when Jupiter is in Aquarius and Sun enters Aries. So this is again, it is related to your horoscope, Neo. Jupiter is in Aquarius for you.
Yeah, my ascension is Aquarius, is Jupiter Aquarius. It's just crazy.
Yes.
My,
I
my
have Venus
name
in
my name has reference to Jupiter, and my name,
yes.
I translated my name, and my name says that Jupiter is the end. That
Yes.
the end of everything is Jupiter. And you interpret the way you want. You know,
Yes.
that's what
No,
it
no.
says.
You. That's what I'm saying. Your Jupiter is in Aquarius. My Venus is in Aquarius. So we both are connected that way. So both of us will get nectar, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. So now coming to the individual stars or actors who have acted. So one of the theme, as I said, is dwarf theme because the dwarf became giant. So Kamal Hassan, he acted as a dwarf, and in the movie his mother, I think, or mother or father is killed, so he takes revenge, and he's a dwarf. He works in the circus. He has Mars in Shravana or eagle star. Then Shah Rukh Khan is a famous global superstar of India. He acted in a movie called Zero, in which he actually, instead of monkey, he goes to Mars in NASA spacecraft. He is a dwarf in the movie. And also, as I said, Shravana or Aquila, one more theme is autism, Asperger's, all the disabilities.
Do you
So
see? Do you see that the monkey is doing the Masonic symbol?
is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go back to see here. So Shrona or lame also disabilities. So Aquila star, before you become really Aquila, before you really fly high, you have to go through a lot of things. So anybody having this a planet in this Aquila star, they may, like for example, I have Venus there, you have Jupiter, so some kind of problem will be there. I mean, it could be a speech disability, it could be an accident, which mean, like for example, I have couple of rods in my right leg, and also when I was small I had accident in my left leg. I don't have one eye. So all these kind of disabilities. So Kamal had this. Then Shahrukh, he acted as an Asperger in a movie called My Name Is Khan, which I think a ripoff of an English movie, Rain Man, Dustin
Yeah.
Hoffman man, that movie. And he also is a disabled soccer player in Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna. And he has Moon in Aquila.
Yeah.
Then Rajni, yes, Neo, you were saying something.
Yeah. I just find fascinating because they're doing. When I say they, it's the Matrix doing, because it's all about the stars. The monkey doing the symbology of the hand sign of the Masonic, but also Shahrukh Khan related to the Mongols, which are moon ghouls. Ghouls meaning
Yes,
ghosts of the moon, and it's the fight in Ghost of Tsushima that I showed
exactly.
earlier. Is like
And
they're
in
fighting the
fact,
Mongols.
yes, in fact, you know that everybody knows that Elon Musk has been talking so much about going to Mars. And in fact, nowadays almost every second movie talks about going to Mars. In fact, this movie also, Shah Rukh Khan goes to Mars. So that is one crazy thing which they are saying. I mean, nobody can go to Mars yet. These people keep on bombarding us with Mars.
Yeah, because Mars is an anagram for Rams, like Ramses, Rams, like memory. And there's also wars. When you invert the M, becomes wars. So it is a planet related to wars, but it's also memory, Rams.
Yes. And also, by the way, Mars also is the planet of death as per Indian astrology. So that is also one of the depopulation things that they're telling us.
I don't know if they're going to depopulate the people or if the people simply are going to disappear. I mean, are they going to kill 227 million people only in the
Yeah,
United States? This is just crazy.
yeah. No, I'll tell you something very interesting. I mean, no offense to Americans. I know I love Americans, but just that when I went to Las Vegas last year, I felt many of the people, especially in the hotels and all, I felt they are not real. I don't know why I felt that. No offense to anybody. I just felt that they are being put there. Maybe they will feel the same when they come to India. I don't know, but I really did feel that. I felt as if this place, Las Vegas especially, it's not a real place. I felt as if everything is, artificial, as if I'm in Matrix.
Yes, especially in Las Vegas. Las Vegas also has pyramids. Like they've built pyramids on there. It's crazy.
Yeah. So this is another famous actor of India, Rajnikant. He acted in a Robot 1.0 and also 2.0. But the 2.0 movie was with eagle theme. So he has to fight this eagle and all that. And again, his moon is in Aquila. Then this is another movie, Hrithik Roshan. He is also an Indian superstar. The way back in 2004, he acted, in this movie called Koi Mil Gaya, where there is this blue dwarf alien who comes from outer space. He helps him. He has autism, so this blue dwarf actually heals him, and he gets superpowers. In fact, he has two planets in Aquila, Jupiter and Venus. Then this movie called Eagle Has Landed. This came in the year 1976. I was born in 1976. And actor Michael Caine, everybody knows him. He has acted in all the Nolan movies, right? And he's the the rock solid support for Batman. He has Saturn in Aquila, so that's why he is the rock solid, and he has direct relation to Eagle. Then we know Christian Bale, who has acted as Batman, and he's also acted in the movie called Little Animals, All the Little Animals, as a mentally disabled, again disability theme and also Eagle theme. This is directly from Batman Begins, or it is from Dark Knight Rises, this vehicle. See how many planets he has in Aquila. He has this Sun itself directly in Aquila, then Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, they are all related to this theme. And Mercury is in Aquarius for him, by the way. So he is one very, very big symbol for Aquila or the Phoenix. And then this movie, as we all know, Avatar, he was a lame guy, right? And then when he gets into the Avatar body, he fights for the Pandora people. Okay, we see Jupiter in the background in the Avatar movie, and he rides a dragon as well.
Yeah, that's the wave representing the eagle or the phoenix.
And I'll tell you something very interesting, which nobody in the world would have found it. Nobody. Trust me. This is one thing where I can be really proud of myself. Normally, when I'm connecting dots, I don't become so proud, because I know that I learned astrology for 25 years. So it is my duty to connect things. But this is something which even, nobody can guess. See, there is a dialogue in the movie. It says, "You are not in Kansas anymore." Now, what is this Kansas thing? Okay. In the movie Wizard of Oz, not in Kansas anymore is there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When I recently got a proposal to build some content or some games for children with disabilities, and that university name is University of Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's the same. You're in the same web. Well, you're in your own web, but the connections of the web is just like happens to me. Is exactly the same.
Yes, I mean, it was so spooky. I just couldn't believe it, because see, he is disabled, right? And there's a dialogue, "You're not in Kansas anymore." And even in the Wizard of Oz, there is a dialogue, "You're not in Kansas anymore." But actually, Kansas is connected to teaching, learning, hearing, and also disabilities.
Yeah.
And again, an important theme of Aquila is that monkey is the animal of Aquila. I mean, that star Shravana, and they help build the bridge. They build a stone bridge which float on the ocean, right? And Ram goes from this India, he goes to Lanka, and he defeats the Titan King. And this again is from Avatar movie. As I was saying, one of the themes of Aquila is helicopter. So this is from Avatar. This is from Maze Runner. So kids escape the maze. They fight with giant scorpions. Again, that Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricorn theme. So they encounter the big scorpions. They fight with them. Then they go through the bridge of Sagittarius, or the galactic center. And finally, in the final scene of the movie, in Maze Runner, the children escape through helicopter. And this is a recent movie. Just 5 days back, it got released in Netflix. So this is on the first female pilot of India who actually went into the combat zone, Gunjan Saxena, and she was an helicopter pilot. So female means Venus, Ishtar, and helicopter. And this is from pet coat. So now I hope anybody who sees pet coat and they see this, they understand what I'm talking about. So any questions new on this? So because now I'm going to little bit of Hebrew and other stuff.
Okay, just move on. Yeah.
Okay. So now basically this is the journey of the soul. The soul actually goes through this purgatory process, and it goes. Any soul who wants to play this game really need to be ready for the underworld, because if they are not ready for the underworld, they will not play this game. So basically it is there in the ancient alphabet system. Okay. So the ancient Hebrew alphabet, if you see, or it's also, it's basically from the Phoenician also. So you have basically 22 letters. The first 8 letters, they are connected to the earth. So Aleph, Beth, Gimel, Dalet, He, Waw, Zain, Het. These are connected to the, the earth. Then from the 9th to the 16th letter, they all connected to the underworld or entering the labyrinth or maze. So when you're entering the underworld, it's basically you're entering a labyrinth or maze. So that is the basic symbology of Minotaur being killed by, Theseus, ship of Theseus. So the Theseus guy, he kills the Minotaur. Basically, it is in the maze. So here, the story relating to Corona. See, right now, everybody knows this word Corona is everywhere.
Yeah.
How Daedalus built a labyrinth and elaborate maze-like construction to house the Minotaur, a creature that was half man and half bull. So again, this half bull thing, here it devoured with 7 youths and 7 maidens who had conquered Athens, and tribute for the Minotaur was to chosen. So he basically goes inside this and he kills the Minotaur. So that is the nothing but underworld. So we are in the underworld, and this is a labyrinth. It's a maze. It's not a funny place. And then from the 17th letter onwards, that is why they say 17th letter is starting of victory. So the last is basically, it's also called as pi, and also the North Star. So pi has the 17th Greek letter Pe, or the 17th Hebrew. The star is also related, in the tarot deck, the 17th card is also known as the star. The star is nothing but the North Star. So it is Pe or command or mouth, Sade. I hope I am getting the pronunciations correct. And then 19th letter is Kof, monkey. So I was saying, right? So monkey, now you are, I hope audience can get it. So I'm not making stuff only from the Indian or Vedic perspective. I'm also showing you the Hebrew perspective or the Phoenician perspective, in which monkey indeed was related to the gate of gods or the victory or the phoenix. It is the number of the sun. 20 is, after the 19 cycles, then Shun. And finally, this is a very, very important number, 22. It's also called as return from death, or what is, also called as resurrection, Tau.
Yeah.
So
they make movies about the Tao,
Yes.
Yeah, Netflix is full of it as well.
Yes. Yes. So anybody who has studied little bit of ancient Hebrew, they can relate to this. These are all the letters. And this is Tau or cross. So it is not Jesus Christ on the cross and he died for people. I'm not offending anybody. I'm just telling you the fact that this is actually related to astrological cycles. It is related to the stars. It has got nothing to do with Jesus Christ. The last letter Tau is actually rising like an eagle or a phoenix and flying away. So when they show you Jesus Christ on the cross, it actually means phoenix. It doesn't mean that Jesus Christ died for some people. Maybe he was, but that is not the main meaning. That is what I'm trying to say. I've just given the same thing in just, in a vertical way. So these are all the ancient things. So, and similarly in Indian system also, it is known as the journey of the sun to the south. So it starts around the summer solstice, June 21st. So from June 21st, the sun starts going down. Sun is also, in a way, he is a Vishnu, he is eagle. So he starts going south, and that is why all the winter months, especially for us because there was a time when all the continents were together and we were all in North Pole. At that time, the sun, when it went south, it was really dark. At least now, some places like China, India, and all, you can actually still see the sun. But when the people were all in Eden, when they were in North Pole, the sun was not visible for 6 months. And that is why the ancient stories, mythologies, everything was related to sun going to the underworld, like Osiris going to the underworld, Isis raising Osiris, and stuff like that. So this is what I was saying. So Sagittarius portion, Mula, 2 dogs, and Purvashada is the waters of the ocean over which the bridge is constructed, and finally Shravan is eagle or fly away. And this is again related to the sun. This I showed you last time, Neo. So I will go through quickly on these parts which I have already shown last time. So 27 degrees of Sagittarius where the thing is. This I did not show, I think, last time. I'm just showing you. Avatar movie was released on December 18th. And December 18th, can you believe it, is actually 27 degrees of Sagittarius. Avatar movie was released deliberately on 18 December. It clearly shows that elite know the importance of each and every date, whether it is Indian astrology or the Western astrology. They know the dates and what is the meaning of the dates.
I don't think that there's certain, for example, when they put these things in the movies and certain lines, I know exactly they did it on purpose. But then
Yes.
there's a whole other universe of these coincidences that has a higher power behind it. It's this higher
Maybe,
power
yeah.
making it happen. It isn't them. They're just puppets.
Yeah. Let's not give undue credit to them. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Because it's the same with me. It's like I get some synchronicities that you can totally see it was planned ahead. For example, be thinking in something, and then the other thing happened in the next day. But for that thing to be happening the next day, because it was planned a long time ago, you can totally see that. I don't know if I'm explaining correctly, but there are things that I've been tracking
Yes,
that I
Neo.
was able to track that it's years and years that was planned for sure.
Yeah, either it could be that they are clever or actually we are more clever than them. So because otherwise how can we can notice such things. See, sun was on 27 degrees Sagittarius in galactic center. So I got the horoscope also of the day on which the Avatar movie got released, and as I said, 27 degrees Sagittarius is the galactic center or the Avatar point, right? And Jupiter was in Aquarius. That was in 2009. So now in 2021, again, the Kumbh Mela, which I said, the nectar celebration is happening in February.
Yeah, and James Cameron is recording the other Avatar movies, right? Again.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's ridiculous.
Yes. So that is one great connection which I found. Then this I was talking earlier also, Neo. So the horse is the Pegasus, or again the flying horse, right? And the movie again got released on December 13th. So December 13 to 22 is actually also known as the Ophiuchus, or raising of the dead or rising of the dead. So that dead actually rise during this time because Ophiuchus, whichever souls actually go to the underworld, they are raised by Ophiuchus. I was born on December 15th. So that is why probably I tend to see these connections. So the horse name is Cyclone. It has retractable wings that allow him to fly. Okay. The names of these 2 characters are Eddie and Milo. Again, Milo, that names. And also, finally, in the movie, they show Falcon's heart to the sun, ending the drought. And this is what I was saying you. The 2 hyenas. So it is whether 2 dogs or 2 hyenas, and he is the underworld. He is the underworld. And yeah. I took his, I read little bit about Rory McCann, who actually played this character in Jumanji. And I found that he has actually acted in a, he was portraying Sandor the Hound.
Yeah, yeah.
How crazy can it get?
Yeah, he's the Hound, or he's called the dog. The dog. Yes. In Game of Thrones, yeah.
Yes. So he has direct connection.
Yeah.
And this I showed you last time also, the Mula Galactic Center. Somebody corrected me, said that no, it is hyenas. Okay. Well done for calling me out. But let me tell you, whether it is two hyenas or two wolves or two dogs, for me, all are the same. They are basically two dogs of Yama, who is a ruler of the underworld.
So basically, the ruler of the underworld is what is behind Trump in that picture.
Yes.
The two dogs, the ruler of the underworld. So Trump is the ruler of the underworld.
Could be. Who knows? Or he could be a puppet.
Yeah, for me, it's just a puppet, but the symbolism is like the people behind him are the rulers of the underworld, which makes sense. They're the rulers of the Matrix.
Yeah. So this Milky Way path from the Scorpio till Aquila, that path is also called as a section, it's called Pitriyana, or path of dead, or path of ancestors. So this also I showed last time, and this also I showed you. So she is with the dog. So now I hope everybody is understanding why dog, why Hela. So that portion from Scorpio till Aquarius, that is actually the path of the dead. That is why we have to be really vigilant and come out of this dead and rise like a phoenix.
Yeah, it's the Garden of Hell. That's Kali. The same thing that I showed the trash containers that all are painted black with the figure of the goddess. That's Ishtar or Kali. So we're entering this dog, guardian dog, the queen of darkness.
Yes.
So and she's either black or red because depends on where they're referring to Kali or Lilith or Inanna.
Yeah.
So
see,
it is the same
this
thing.
Is from pet god. Yeah. It is from pet god. Yeah.
With a pyramid on top. You see, she has a pyramid on her head.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is what. So you have to go through this phase and then see, as I was saying, the bridge star. So just before Aquila star, okay. So just before Shravana or Aquila star, there are two stars known as the Purva and Uttarashada. Okay. And this star actually has 10 directions or 10 gods. So this I showed you, remember when you in one of our very old videos last year, I think I showed you the Vishwarupa. So this is basically a battle between good and evil. So the good has to triumph over evil. That is the number 21. So this star is actually the 21st star. So even in tarot, the number 21 is world or victory.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is that bridge. So this is that path in the underworld. So you have to go through this path. This I already showed. And this is the latest one, which one of my subscribers has shared. His name is Abhinav. I thank him for this. So this is Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Upcoming season. And see again, underworld, ocean. So now I hope why people will understand why ocean. Because after Scorpio, we have Sagittarius. Everybody thinks Sagittarius is a fiery sign. But what they do not know is that it has got two stars which are actually related to the ocean. That is why this ocean symbology keeps coming.
Yeah. Again, the
so you have to,
yeah.
Yes. And this is again from Petcoat, where the Christ figure, he comes through the 7 stars. So this is there in Revelation also, 7 lampstands. So many people may or may not know what exactly the 7 lampstands and all that. His feet were bronze. His voice was like sound like rushing waters. What exactly it means? It means Pleiades. It means fire. It means Agni. Because Pleiades has got 7 stars. So I have decoded the whole thing. I have bolded those items which are actually related to the, his mouth was sharp and double-edged sword. All this is related to Pleiades.
Okay, I think this is an interesting topic to make a video. Is like going on to the chapters of Revelation and actually decode them in relation to zodiac stars.
Yeah, I have taken only Revelation 1 for today, but someday definitely I will give you all the astrological meanings of Revelation.
Yeah. So yeah, 7 star, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is Kritika or Pleiades. Okay, and it is also related to Perseus or Parshuram, because Kritika or Pleiades it's actually in the background of Perseus. So Perseus is nothing but Parshuram. How I found it? I found through a book called Indian Astrology, Popular Indian Astronomy. In that it is clearly mentioned, Parshu Mandala, Mandala means group of stars, is actually Perseus. So I got the proof also. So Perseus is nothing but Parshuram, and it seems as per the story, Parshuram took a vow to kill every Kshatriya, means every bad ruler on earth 21 times. So now we know 22 is Aquila and 21 is world. So 22 is freedom, but before freedom you have to kill a lot of things. And his weapon is an axe or a sword.
Yeah, the sword that the sword of the garden, or the sword of the cherubim. That's
And
more
this again I
Christian,
got,
yeah.
yeah, and this I got from again from internet. So Kalki, he received a sword, horse, parrot, and shield from Shiva. And his horse was manifested from Garuda or Aquila. And I got this on Perseus. He was furnished with the sword, cap, and wings of Mercury. So Mercury and parrot are one and the same thing. Shield of Minerva, shield from Mahadeva. So that
Yeah.
means Perseus is Parshuram. And what is this axe or sword? It is, according to me, it is knowledge. Basically, it is knowledge.
It isn't that okay. So the I try to remember what it's called. It's called the Uncharted Lost Legacy. That has the story of Parshurama, the axe of Parshurama, and I don't remember what's the other deity. But the whole story is about
Okay.
Parshurama. Whole story,
Yes.
the task of Ganesh and Parshurama. Yeah, that's it.
Correct. In fact, Parshurama is actually one of the immortals as per Indian mythology. So there are 7 immortals, out of which Parshuram is one of the immortal, and is still doing meditation, it seems, in a mountain near North Pole somewhere. So he will teach Kalki, he will give, he will help Kalki to come up and fight with the evil. And Sam Worthington, not only Avatar, he acted as Perseus in the movie Clash of Titans. And his Jupiter, when he was born, this is basically horoscope of Sam Worthington. He had Jupiter in Algol.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the name Sam keeps repeating for me. It's Sam Jupiter. I think I have on my computer when I went to the store. It said I took the picture. There was this Sam the fireman. You know the Sam fireman. It came on the news that they wanted to change Sam fireman to firefighter because it's not the name anymore. And I was like, what? And then in one of the comics, it said Sam fireman Jupiter was on it.
Yeah, and see his name, Sam Worthington. So Sam Worthika.
And it's the Clash of the Titans. I'll share my screen when you finish, just to show something about Sam, because it's the word about the Titans and the gods.
Sure.
Because I want to freak people out.
Yeah, I think they already freaked by seeing the incredible coincidence. I mean, I'm not making this up. This is horoscope. They can actually check in Google. He was born on August 2, 1976. Okay, just few months older than me. He had Jupiter in Algol, and see this is a shot from the movie where he cuts the head of
Medusa. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was born when just few months later. Okay, my Jupiter is in Perseus or Parshuram, but the only difference is actually my Jupiter is in the sword, not in Algol. So his Jupiter is in Algol. If you see, his Jupiter is in 27 degrees, which is near Algol, whereas my Jupiter is in 22, which is near a constellation called as, Capulus, which is the actual hand or the sword of Perseus.
Yeah,
that is the only.
Yeah, it's the same as me, I think. Yeah, we're part of the sword, not the head.
Yes.
We're not the head of the demon. We're the sword that cuts the head.
And see, as I was saying earlier, Neo, my Venus is in Aquarius. So this is what I was saying. My Venus is in Aquila or Eagle, and it is in Aquarius. So the nectar. because as we just discovered, Aquarius is the pot of nectar.
Mm-hmm.
So this again, Maze Runner, which I was saying, Scorpion type attack. The children fly away in helicopter. So this is one recurring theme of flying away.
Yeah, I also a
And
couple
this,
of years I said that you have to fly like a helicopter. I don't know if you remember. I
yeah,
said the
and,
helicopter.
and and this is directly from the movie. I mean, from the wiki page of the movie Maze Runner. It is written in the wiki page. In a video recording, a woman named Ava Page explains that a planet has been devastated by a massive solar flare. It seems, followed by a pandemic of a deadly virus.
Called a flare. Yeah, again, predictive programming.
The teens, this movie came in 2014, by the way. The teens learned that they were part of an experiment studying for a cure. Paige is seen shooting herself on the screen as the lab is attacked by armed men. Then they run away, they fight, and they run away in a helicopter.
That's ridiculous.
And this I think I covered last week, so I will not be covering again. But it's basically same thing, like it's there in pet court, apple followed by fire, and then there's this apple fire which is happening right now in California, and then this bearded thing also I covered last time.
Yeah, we covered
Bearded,
that.
like it's like a phoenix, and also smoke rises as Aquila fire burns in North Phoenix. So with this, I will end my presentation.
Okay. That was wonderful. I just gonna share to finish off the recording because it's been too long. Because we're talking about it, let me share it.
Sure. I'll just disable my video for a few minutes.
Okay. I'll just go to Google because I look into this. So a few months ago, it came on Netflix a show called Ragnarok. In Ragnarok, it's the doomsday or the apocalypse, right? Everyone knows Ragnarok. But probably if they didn't watch, or you're not in contact with my channel, it's the production was actually from a Norwegian production called Sam Productions. You see, Sam, again, Jupiter.
Yeah.
Sam family, you can go on. Okay, so this is in. Okay, Ragnarok TV series. This is in English. It's a Norwegian language fantasy drama inspired on Norse mythology that premiered on the 31st of January of 2020.
Okay.
It's the second Norwegian language TV series following Home for Christmas. The series is produced by Danish production company Sam Productions. And it's called what? Ragnarok. Ragnarok is nothing more than the doomsday of the gods, the fight between the Titans and the gods, which are the Nephilim, because that's what the Titans are, or the Nephilim, or the seed of the Nephilim. And if you watch Ragnarok, the series, that's exactly the story. That the elite are the bloodline of the Nephilim hiding in plain sight. And Jupiter, who is Thor, fighting the giants. And it's from Sam Productions. Can you believe it? Well, I can, because I know this stuff. And that's my end of sharing. For today. So stop the broadcast, and I think a long list of things that we managed to put up there just today. So thank you, Partha.
Yeah, Neo.
Wonderful thing. Yeah, we definitely have to look into the Revelation, put the stars on it, and
Yes.
And then start decoding this damn thing, so we can stop being so dumb about this stuff and start seeing this with real eyes, so we can see what's coming. Because
so let me say I think already what's his name, the famous guy who came on Martin's channel also, He is a very good astrologer. He has also connected Bible and all to astrology. Mr. Astrotheology.
Yeah, Santos Bonacci, yes.
Santos Bonacci, yeah. So basically he does from Western perspective. I do from Vedic perspective, Indian perspective. So I do it very deep. I do it with stars, specific stars. Like today I said Shravana, Eagle, Phoenix. So I go really deep into that. And I let me tell you, Bible, I mean, every page is astrology. I have read it, especially the Revelation part. See again, 22 chapters in Revelation. I showed you 22. Tau is 22nd letter, 22 cards in tarot also. So it's very clear that everything is astrological. So unless people study astrology or astrotheology, the correct word is astrotheology, you won't get a damn thing from any of the scriptures.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, because that's a representation of the same story. It's the same story repeating. And the first book of the Bible, it's the Old Testament, it's called the Torah. I mean, you can't make this up. It's the Torah, the wheel of time, the wheel of samsara. It's the same thing. We need to get rid of this. Get rid of the Torah, because that's the only way we're going to be free. It's to get rid of this Torah system, which is recycling, looping and looping and looping. It's constantly resetting. I mean, there are these entities who call themselves gods who keep resetting us, and they keep playing the game as they are the gods of the place. So, let's see if we can break the wheel.
In today's news, I was reading in the morning. It was said that the magnetic field, it seems, near Brazil, it got split into two. It seems, and they were saying it magnetic field of the Earth. It was weakening since last 20-30 years. It became very weak. Now it has split. It has split into two parts.
Yeah, I've seen people talking about it in the South, that the South Pole has not flipped, but it was divided in two. There was an anomaly of the magnetic edge that now is split in two. But this needs to be for other video where I'm going to talk about DARPA, the DARPA technology, the military thing, because that's a big player in the dark side is DARPA. So I'll have to put something on DARPA as well, because it's all related again with astrology and the magnetic field and all of that stuff.
Yes.
So we'll see how it goes. So thank you, Partha. I think I'm gonna divide this probably in two parts, where the
Sure.
I think it's better because then we can follow in one video the astrological part and your presentation. So yeah, thank you, Partha, and thank you for joining me. That was that is ridiculous. These connections are ridiculous, Partha.
Yeah.
So we'll see you again next time. I'm going to stop recording now, and thank you for joining in. If you want to subscribe to me or to Partha, the link for his channel will be down on the description box. So
yeah,
thank you guys. Bye-bye.